Welcome back to more of the Straight Shot Podcast. This is the Week 4 stats, scores, and review. And then we get the Week 5 preview. And we get our first London game in the season. I almost said international game. I almost did. But, held it. Alright. So, today we're going to be talking everything Week 4 and then what you need to know going in to Week 5 in the NFL season. Alright, so we're going to start with Thursday Night Football. It was the Cowboys taking on the Giants in that game. Here's the thing, guys. We took the Cowboys to win. The Cowboys won the game 20-15, which is good. But here's the thing. Something that surprised me during this game was the fact that the Giants, they were able to keep it close, And shout out to Greg Joseph of the New York Giants. He scored all 15 points for the Giants. He went insane on kicking. So yeah. Everyone was thinking, the Cowboys are gonna squash the Giants. I'm very surprised. So far my superstition is so far true for the Cowboys because they've won every game on the road they've played. They've played 2 games on the road. They played Cleveland in Week 1 in Cleveland, and then they played the New York Giants in Week 4 on the road, and they won that game. Alright. And then at home, they've lost both of their games. They lost at home against New Orleans on Week 2, and then in Week 3, they also lost. Who did Dallas lose to Week 3? I do like Dallas losing, I will say. Oh, they lost to Baltimore. Okay. But yeah, no, Dak Prescott went 22 of 27, which is really good. 221 yards with 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones, 29 of 40 for 281 yards and 1 interception. Here's the thing. Cowboys got the win. What more can be said? The Bengals took on the Panthers on Sunday, September 29th. We're on the Sunday games now. And the Bengals finally get their first win of the season. They were one of 3 teams without a win going into Week 4. The Bengals actually get their first win of the season here. They beat the Carolina Panthers 34-24. Similar stats from our quarterbacks here as Joe Burrow does go for 22 of 31. He has 232 yards in the game. The stuff I find similar is that both quarterbacks in this game, so it was Andy Dalton for the Panthers, they both threw 2 touchdown passes and 1 interception, but Andy Dalton finished 25 of 40 for 220 yards. Hey, and here's the thing, you guys got to realize Andy Dalton is keeping the Carolina Panthers in these close, and they're making it a closer game. Because look at what Bryce Young was doing. His ass got blown. In 2 games this season, Bryce Young leading the Panthers allowed 73 points in 2 games this season. Bryce Young leading the Panthers, they only scored 13 points. 13 points. That was it. So that already tells you one thing. Bryce Young is one of the biggest busts in recent memory. He should not have been the number 1 pick. He's already proven that. He was way overhyped. Clear number 1, if we're redrafting the 2023 class, clear number 1 is easily CJ Stroud. So, yeah. But here's the thing, guys. A Carolina team led by Bryce Young in 2 games. I'm going to say this now. This is in 2 games. They allowed 73 points, and they only scored 13 points. That's being led by Bryce Young, though. You guys got to hear me see the other side of it. There's two sides of this because they've now played two quarterbacks. They played Bryce Young in games 1 and 2, 13 points, 73 allowed. Okay. We switch over to Andy Dalton week 3. They've scored 60 points. And they've only allowed 56. So it definitely shows you Carolina made a good move switching out Bryce Young for Andy Dalton. That definitely shows it. Because look at how many points are being scored now from an Andy Dalton-led team compared to the Bryce Young-led team. I want you guys to keep that in mind, though. I just want y'all to keep that in mind, okay? But here's the thing. The Bengals do get their first win of the season, 34-24, over the Carolina Panthers. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Who's going to lead the rivalry? As both teams going into this are 55-55 against each other. They've never tied. Falcons will take the lead in the series 56-55 as they defeat the Saints 26-24 on a Younghoe Koo game-winning field goal. That was great. Derek Carr, 28-36 or 239 yards and 1 interception. Kirk Cousins, 21-35. Excuse me. For 238 yards and 1 interception. So apparently, the defense for Atlanta was getting the scores. And then Koo. That was it. And for the Saints, getting it done was Taysom Hill. So, yeah. I mean, wait, Kamara rushed in 2? I didn't see that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it was on the 4th. That's why. Okay. We got Jaguars at Texans. Now, Jaguars were the second team going into week 4 winless. They were taking on a 2-1 Houston Texans, came off a loss to Minnesota. Undoubtedly, Texans beat the Jaguars. CJ Stroud is pretty good. I think we've already proven it. CJ Stroud should have been the number 1 pick. That is Houston's franchise quarterback right there. You could easily build a franchise around Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and CJ Stroud. You easily can. This is already proven. And Jags, you've already done one thing going 0-4. You've done another thing by paying Trevor Lawrence. But here's the thing, boys. You should not have done that. You need to get your ass as a new quarterback confirmed. Lawrence, 18-33 for 169 yards. CJ Stroud, 27-40 for 345 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Both quarterbacks had 2 touchdown passes. But here's the thing. We need to talk about Nico Collins really quick because if you guys want to know something, Nico Collins actually leads the league, and not just he leads the league in receiving yards right now. His next highest is 103 yards away from him, and the New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors. Nico Collins is 103 yards up on Malik Neighbors. And I want you guys to realize something here too. Malik Neighbors is a fucking rookie. And he's over here taking out guys like, over here passing guys like Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Fucking, Deontay Johnson. Like, holy shit. Clearly shows you the Giants made a great pick so far with Malik Neighbors. This just proves it. Is the record the way they want it to be? No, it's not. But here's the thing. You gotta look at it from a stat perspective. But yeah, Nico Collins leads the league in yards right now. from the Houston Texans. And by the way, the leading Eagle is a fucking tight end, dummies. Because AJ's out, Devontae's out. I mean, Devontae's going to be out for a long-ass time. Or a couple more weeks. Devontae's going to be out for a couple more weeks. So, yeah. But yeah, here's the thing. Nico Collins had 151 reception yards in this game. So it shows you the connection between Stroud and Collins. It's already there. So that is going to be one dangerous duo in the NFL. Next up, the depressing game of the week, the Broncos and the Jazz. This was terrible. This game was terrible. I could just go on ahead and roast everything about this game. Only field goals for the Jets. One touchdown was scored by the Broncos with a field goal. Bo Nix, not a good quarterback right now. I think it was maybe because of the defense he was playing. But, weird. Bo Nix, you had -7 passing yards after the first half. You threw for 67 yards in the second half. What the fuck? Rodgers, 24 of 42 for 225 yards. What more can be said? Bo Nix, 12 of 25 for 60 yards and a touchdown. And all 60 passing yards were to Cortland Sutton. It's like, that's what it feels like. Yeah, Broncos take the win. They're 2-2. Jets are 2-2. Saints Falcons both 2-2. Texans 3-1. Jags 0-4. Bengals 1. Both teams between Bengals and Panthers 1-3. Now a fun game we can actually talk about is the Vikings and the Packers. Yes, Minnesota was one of 5 teams going into this week unbeaten. Do they stay unbeaten? Is the question. Yes, they will. 31-29. They beat the Packers. Sam Darnold, we need to actually put some fucking respect on Sam Darnold's name. Here's the thing, guys. He led the league after week 3 in passing touchdowns. He still leads the league in week 4 of passing touchdowns. And right now, Sam Darnold is the only quarterback over 10 passing touchdowns. And it took him 4 weeks. If he's over here throwing 11 touchdown passes in about a month of action, imagine what he can do for the rest of the season. Sam Darnold, 20 of 28 for 275 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yes, he had an interception, but here's the thing. I want to talk about Jordan Love really quick. Jordan Love is someone we need to fucking put some goddamn respect on. This dude had an MCL sprain in week 1 against Philadelphia in the game in Brazil. The second to last, almost third to last play, MCL sprain. Malik Willis comes in. He got fucked. We beat them. Packers lose to the Eagles. So the Packers then have to start Malik Willis for a little bit because they're going to say, okay, it's going to be maybe 3 to 6 weeks for Jordan Love to come back. I respect it. I mean, you want him back as soon as possible, and you want him as healthy. Minnesota or Green Bay, I think you rushed Jordan Love coming back. Sure, he balled out. But here's the thing, you may have rushed it. Was the ball going crazy for Jordan Love? Yes, it was. Because right now, this is the highest passing game of the season. Jordan Love has it now. But I want you guys to realize something from a different perspective. Green Bay is 2-2. Malik Willis has won both games he's been the starter. Jordan Love has lost both of his starts this season. You guys got to realize that he started week 1 against Philadelphia, lost. Jordan Love started week 4 against Minnesota, lost. Malik Willis, he started week 2 again, week 3. I know one of the games was Tennessee, and, oh my God, who was Indianapolis. That was Indianapolis. Shut up. I remembered. Malik Willis started against Indianapolis and Tennessee and won both of those games. He got his redemption against Tennessee, by the way. So that goes to show you Malik Willis could be a better... Now, I'm not going to say Jordan Love's not going to win them games. I mean, took his fair share of wins and losses last season. Welcome to the league. But I want y'all to realize this. Sometimes you gotta look at it both ways. I would start. So if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm starting Malik Willis in Week 5. I'm starting Malik Willis next week. Packers play. Packers do play next week. Okay. I'm starting Malik Willis. I'm sorry. I would start Malik Willis next week against the Los Angeles Rams. But we'll talk about that game later in this video as well. But the Minnesota Vikings stay on top. But here's the thing. Jordan Love, 32 of 54 for 389 passing yards. That's the highest of the season so far. With 4 touchdowns. Yes, he had 3 interceptions. There's that Jaden Reed connection with Jordan Love again. 7 receptions, 139 yards. Almost 20 per with a touchdown. Dontavion Wicks, he got 2 receiving tutties. And Tucker Kraft, the tight end, he got 1 as well. But here's the thing. They locked down Christian Watson, or he left the game early. Yeah, Watson left the game early, apparently. So, Vikings remain unbeaten. Do they stay the only team unbeaten? Steelers were another team that went into Week 4 undefeated. They were at 3-0. They take on the Indianapolis Colts. By the way, Packers fall to 2-2. The Steelers lose to the Colts 27-24. Yes, they mounted a comeback. No, it was not enough. But I'm going to give a massive shout out to the Steelers. Actually gave it a damn good try to make that comeback against the Indianapolis Colts. But the Colts just have you guys too much. Like, it was already 17. It was 17-3 at the end of the half. And then, yeah, it's like you can only do so much. But Justin Fields, 22-34 for 312 yards. But we need to talk about the Colts first off. Anthony Richardson goes 3 of 4 for 71 yards passing. And he leaves the game due to injury. He has a hip injury. We don't know the timetable of the return or how severe the hip injury is. Can we shout out Joe Flacco, though? Because he is fucking going nuts. He was on the Browns last year. And now he's on the Colts this year. It's just like he knows when there's going to be an injured quarterback. He knows where to be right then and there. Joe Flacco, 16-26, 168 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ogletree and Josh Downs. Oh my gosh. Alright. But Colts give the Steelers their first loss of the season. 27-24. The Bears against the Rams. Stafford, 20 of 29 for 224 yards and an interception. Caleb Williams, 17-23 for 157 yards and a touchdown. Oh, finally. We get the DJ Moore, Caleb Williams connection we've been fucking waiting for. We finally get it. And I'm sorry if I'm tired. Like, you overhyped Caleb Williams. This already proves Jaden Daniels should have been number 1. Bears get their second win of the season. Rams follow the 1-3. Guys, I really don't want to talk about the Eagles and Bucks, but I have to because it's part of the podcast. Philly, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that, Philadelphia, huh? You let them get 24-0 up on your bitch asses? Sure, you mounted a bit of a comeback. I'll give you credit. You made it 24-14. You genuinely had me hoping we were going to make a fucking comeback. And then you let them get in again. This was not a good game for the Philadelphia Eagles side. The Bucks were just able to stop everything for the Eagles. They knew everything that was coming. Jalen Hurts, 18-30 for 158 yards and a touchdown. Saquon, fucking hell, dude. Dallas Goedert is practically our top receiver. He's our top receiver. He's the only guy over 300 yards on our team for receiving. Baker Mayfield, 30 of 47 for 347 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans finally gets in there. Wait, did Godwin get a touchdown? Okay, so we were actually able to somewhat stop Chris Godwin. Okay, not bad. We were able to stop Godwin, actually. Okay, not bad. But Philadelphia, what the fuck was that? 33-16. Bucks get their third win of the season. Eagles get their second loss. Niners and Patriots. If I just say New England can't beat them, yeah, that doesn't mean shit. Okay. Yep. Niners get their second win of the season, 30-13 over the Patriots. Jacoby Brissett, 19-32 for 168 yards for a touchdown and an interception. Both quarterbacks finishing with a tutty and an interception. Jordan Mason. Here's the thing, guys. I think Purdy has Kittle again. Does Purdy have... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm on the Patriots. Yeah, Purdy's was the Kittle. And then Jordan Mason rushes in. He's able to rush in. Brock Purdy, 15-27 for 288 yards. Really? On 15 completions? Almost 300? Wow. Fair play to Purdy. Fair play. Nah, Purdy's a great quarterback. Purdy's a good quarterback. I'll give him that. All right. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Commanders and Cardinals. This is I'm sorry. Guys, and I genuinely mean this, and I'm trying not to be an asshole here, but because they're in my division. But the Commanders look fucking legit this season. They got their quarterback of the future. And I can say this, the same thing about the Houston Texans. They're going to be a threat in the playoffs if they can go that far. If they can make a deep run, Texans, they're going to be a deep threat. Commanders, deep threat. I'm telling you right now, those two teams are young. They're rebuilt. They're on a rebuild. And so far, it looks like it's working. Commanders destroy the Cardinals 42-14. Jane Daniels, 26 of 30 for 233 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Oh, Zacchaeus went to the fucking Commanders. Fuck you, Zacchaeus. You were an Eagle. Kyler Murray, 16-22 for 142 yards and a touchdown. I mean, James Conner's feeling like his old self again. 18 carries for 104 yards and a touchdown. And MHJ, Marvin Harrison Jr., he's on the board again for a touchdown. He ties Jefferson for the league lead in receiving touchdowns. Rushing touchdowns, 5 for 3 guys. 3 guys have 5 touchdowns. The Saints, Kamara, Rams, Williams, and someone else who we're going to talk about a little bit in this video. But yeah, no, Commanders get their third win this season. They're easily going to be in the lead in the division going into week 5. Dallas, I need you to lose week 5. Chiefs were another team unbeaten going into week 4 of the season. They took on the Chargers. Chiefs come out on top 17-10. Surprisingly, this one was still a close game. They're not destroying opponents like other teams are, which I like. But Mahomes, 19-29 for 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Justin Herbert, 16-27 for 179 yards and a touchdown. Herbert to McConkey, I feel like that's going to be a connection we hear a lot this season. I feel like it is for us here. But here's the thing. Travis Kelce has his best game of the season. 7 receptions for only 89 yards. But here's the thing. Kareem Hunt, welcome back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back. He was a former Chief, for those that don't know. Chiefs stay unbeaten. Browns and Raiders. What the hell? Minshew, 14-24 for 130. Did they play in O'Connell at all? No, they didn't. Okay. And Deshaun Watson, 24-32, completing 75% passes. Shout out to him. 176 yards for a touchdown and an interception. When's Nick Chubb coming back, guys? Really, when? Raiders improved to 2-2. Browns fall to 1-3. Chargers are 2-2, by the way. Another team unbeaten going into week 4 was the Buffalo Bills. They took on the Ravens, and oh my god. I got to watch this game, and the Ravens fucking smoked them. First, no, and I'm genuinely not. But shout out Derrick Henry, bro. The Ravens are at the 13-yard line, near on the side that Buffalo was going towards. They're on the 13-yard line. Derrick Henry just fucking poofs on through and gets in the end zone. I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be one of those games. So, shout out Derrick Henry. Josh Allen could not do shit. All right, 16-29 for 180 yards. And then Lamar Jackson went 13 of 18 for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. By the way, Ty Johnson rushed in for a 3-yard touchdown. Who cares? But here's the thing. Derrick Henry with the 87-yarder would have, and 23. He had 23 receptions for 112 yards. But with the 87-yard run, he had 24 carries for 199 yards. And touchdown. Lamar Jackson rushes in. Justice Hill catches one. Derrick Henry catches one. What the hell? That's fucking hilarious. Excuse me. Bills lose their first game of the season 35-10 against the Ravens. Tennessee was our last winless team to go into week 4. And they absolutely shit on the Dolphins. They fed sharks to the Dolphins. They fed a giant ass shark to them. Oh my god. This was a shit show for both teams on quarterbacks. So what we do? We get the ball done on the ground for Tennessee. Will Levis 34 for 25. Mason Rudolph 9 of 17 for 85 yards. Where the fuck has Mason Rudolph been besides the Steelers? Where's Mason Rudolph been? I want to know. Oh, by the way, the Bills did bring in Trubisky for a couple of plays. Oh my god. Dolphins, Tyler Huntley, 14-22 for 96 yards. Okay. I got everything I need to know. I mean, at least you're incorporating Jalen Waddle. Titans getting their first win of the season. And our last unbeaten team was the Seattle Seahawks going into Detroit to take on the Lions. Surprisingly, this game was actually kind of close. I'll give them credit. Oh, we just got our highest passing game of the season. Geno Smith, 38-56 for 395 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Goff went 100% completion, pass completion on the night, 292 yards and 2 touchdowns. I gotta look at this shit. Let me take a look. Walker had 3 touchdowns, by the way. Walker literally rushed in for 3. AJ Barner caught 1. Those were their 4 touchdowns. Goff even caught. So Amon-Ra St. Brown actually went 1 of 1 for 7 yards. That was the Philly special that he did to Jared Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs had 2 touchdowns. David Montgomery had 1. Jared Goff received 1. Amon-Ra received 1. And Jameson Williams received 1. Holy shit. That ball was everywhere. Nah, shout out to the Lions. I mean, seriously, like, shout out Jared Goff. Fucking 100% completion rate on the night. Almost 300 yards and 2 touchdown passes. But shout out Geno Smith, almost 400-yard passing game, which we have not seen that this season. I want to see someone actually pull that off. Seahawks take their first loss of the season, 42-29. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so going into week 5, points per game, the Saints are still the top team. Buffalo is number 2. Washington, they're slowly climbing up. The Minnesota Vikings are now number 4. The Baltimore Ravens at number 5. And the Detroit Lions at number 6. Opponents' points per game, this is the one. The Chargers are the number 1 team. Steelers are number 2. And somehow, yet, the Denver Broncos are ranked number 3 right now. What the fuck? Minnesota ranked number 4. New York Jets ranked number 5. Saints number 6. Total yards a game, Baltimore, Niners, Packers, Lions, Seahawks, Commanders. Rushing yards, Baltimore. This is so up Baltimore's ass. Green Bay, Washington, Philadelphia. Really? We're fourth for rush yard a game? What the fuck? Arizona and Detroit. Passing yard rankings, Seattle. So Geno Smith, CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, and Baker Mayfield. Okay. Sack leaders, Minnesota at 17, Denver at 16, and the Giants at 15 were the top three. Houston, Seattle, and New York Jets all at 14. Damn. Like, some of these stats are fucking insane here, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these are. How many quarterbacks are over 1,000 right now? 5 QBs over 1,000 yards already through week 4. Geno Smith right now leads at 1,182. Purdy at 1,130. Dak at 1,072. Stroud at 1,054. Goff at 1,015. All right. So, yeah, there's going to be at least 7 quarterbacks who hit it next week for sure. Or next game, I should say. Because some teams are on a bye. All right, so let's talk about week 5 now. Please, let us talk week 5. And reminder, as always, if you want to watch the Thursday Night Football game this week between the Falcons and the Buccaneers, you guys can go to Amazon Prime's Twitch account. They'll show the game on there for you guys to where you can probably watch it. If they don't, let me know in the comment section and I'll stop saying it. So we got the Bucks taking on the Falcons, and the Falcons just won their home game against the New Orleans Saints. So it makes me think they're going to win this divisional game because they're 1-0 in the NFC South action. Makes me think they're going to win again. I'm taking the Falcons at home. The Jets play the Vikings in Minnesota. Sam Darnold revenge game on the Jets. Give me the Vikings all day. Aaron Rodgers, your ass is washed. Minnesota looks great. Carolina and Chicago. DJ Moore revenge game, or does Andy Dalton prove he should have been the starter for Carolina all along? Give me Carolina. I want to see it. Fuck the Bears. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Baltimore looking like the people that they need to be. Give me the Ravens. Miami at New England. Why do I give a shit? New England. Cleveland and Washington. I'm going to take Washington. That's going to be a sneaky game, but I feel like Washington's going to pull it off. Indy and Jacksonville. Why? I'll come back. Buffalo and Houston. Ooh, 3-1 going at it. Oh, this is going to be fire. If the Texans can stop Josh Allen, give me the Texans. Yeah, give me the Texans. Only if they can stop Allen, though. Raiders and the Broncos. Ooh, who's going to stay above 500? Who's going under? Give me the Broncos to go over 500. Arizona and San Francisco. San Francisco. Easy claps. Green Bay and the Rams. Unfortunately, the Packers are going to win this game, but I really want to see the Rams actually put up a fight. New York Giants, Seattle Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks. Dallas at Pittsburgh is the one I want to talk about. You see, Dallas has won both of their road games. They lose at home. And with Pittsburgh, let me check out their shit. Let's check out the Steelers really quick. Lost on the road. They were 2-1 on the road and 1-0 at home. Or no, they're 1-0 at home and 2-1 on the road. Okay. And with the Steelers being at home, it makes me think they're going to win. But the Dallas Cowboys are 2-0 on the road and 0-2 at home. Like I've already said this before. So it makes me think more that the Cowboys win it. Yeah. Something screams Cowboys winning a game. But I'm going to be a dumbass, and I'm going to take the Steelers to win it. Monday Night Football. We're about to have one game on, and it's going to be the Saints and the Chiefs. I want the Saints to win. I'm going to be an idiot, guys. Give me New Orleans. I'm going to take the Saints to beat the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Saints to beat the Chiefs. I'm an idiot. Just call me an idiot, guys. But here's the thing. My Indy and Jacksonville. Holy fuck. Alright. Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Fuck it. Jacksonville to get their first win of the season. Because if they don't, Jacksonville, you have no point paying Trevor Lawrence. Trade him away. Alright, so we're going to take Atlanta, Minnesota, Carolina. What the fuck? Weird. Baltimore, New England, Washington, Jacksonville, Houston, Denver, San Francisco, Green Bay, Seattle, Pittsburgh, New Orleans. We're taking those guys for week 5. If you guys like this, hit like, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications. Peace.